The game happened on Tuesday, November 20th. The first game, another high-scoring one. 142, 129. Giannis beat the Wizards. I mean, this game, Giannis is just ridiculous. 20 for 23. It is versus the Wizards. I mean, it's basically a video game when you play the Wizards. 13 rebound, 8 assists, still on a block. Damian Lillard, just 22 points. Dame has been... Where is his rank? I think it's a great time to try to buy low on Lillard. He may not be a top 5 player, but he should be a top 10 player. Right now, he's 30th ranked player. So let's say you trade Karl Anthony Towns for him. You trade De'Aaron Fox. Those are the trades you should be looking at. I just think Dame is going to heat up at some point this season. Obviously, him and Giannis are still matching together. Trying to learn how to play with each other. And his usage is not going to be as high, but he should be getting more assists if that's the case. Right now, he's averaging just 6 assists. And he's only shooting 39% from the field. So, if you have a month shooting, 50%, and then his scoring average could be 30. So I would try to buy low on Dame. And also Giannis, I mean, he had a huge game here, but he's also been kind of had a slow start, just because they're learning how to play with each other. Brook Lopez continues just to be, what is he doing? Another 5-block game? Unbelievable. He's averaging 3 blocks this year so far, 39th ranked player. It's hard to get anything back for him, but the 3 blocks per game is pretty scary. Malik Beasley, just a 3-point streamer, hit 3 threes. Chris Middleton, I said this about him many times. I wouldn't hold on to him. He's getting 20 minutes a night. It's just not enough to be relevant in fantasy, and he's gonna miss so many games. For the Washington, if you can trade him and put him in 2 for 1 to get any value back, that would be great. For the Washington Wizards, Jordan Poole, wow, minus 26. 30 points, but nothing else, 3 threes. He's been another big disappointment this year. Kyle Kuzma, 22 points, 13 assists. What? 2 steals and block. Really good game from him. Him and Jordan Poole should eat up all the usage on this team. Tyus Jones had 18 points. Also, it's kind of disappointing for Tyus Jones, right? He's not getting the full minutes. He's basically splitting minutes with a bunch of other guys. And they play Gallinari 18 minutes a night. I'm not sure why. Danny Advia, I think he needs to be rostered. He played 31 here. Not a great game here. Minus 28 in 31 minutes, but 7 points, a block. As long as he's getting minutes, we should look at him. And Daniel Gafford added 2 blocks. All right, let's go to the next game. The Denver Nuggets, Jokic got ejected early, but they still pulled out a win. Jokic played just 15 minutes. Just one game, we can ignore that. KCP at 20 points, 2 steals and a block. Great stuff. Who stepped up? Christian Braun, another strong game, 32 minutes. We could look to stream him, with Jamal Murray out. He's been getting 30-plus minutes, and he's been playing fairly well. 15 points, a steal and a block, 6 rebounds, does a little bit of everything, right? Get you some defensive stats. Michael Porter Jr. hit 4 threes. He really just hasn't, I know they won a chip last year, but in terms of his game or his role on this team, he's not really doing anything more, right? He's just mainly just a catch and shoot guy. Or when he catches the ball, he's going to attack. Just from the stats, I don't really see huge improvement from him. Aaron Gordon, 9 rebounds, 7 assists is pretty good. Denver is a pretty boring team to talk about. Detroit, on the other hand, a lot of young guys. And Jaden Ivey, we could look to stream him now. He's starting and getting 30 minutes. And Killian Hayes is coming off the bench. Beginning of the season, for whatever reason, Killian Hayes was starting. Jaden Ivey was coming off the bench. And then they still have Bogdanovic, right? When he comes back, what's the rotation going to be? Oscar Thompson, another game with 5 fouls in 24 minutes. That's what happens when you so aggressively going for those going for steals and blocks. It's okay. He should be fine. Isaiah Stewart had a decent game, actually, a double-double. But just the rebound and 2 blocks is pretty good. Marvin Bagley, well, Jalen Duren should be back this week. So Marvin Bagley's value would kind of run out because you know Jalen Duren should be getting majority of the minutes at the center position. Kate Cunningham 11 for 11 from the free throw line is nice, but just again low field goal and high turnovers. If you're counting those two categories, Kate Cunningham is great. He's great on your team. The next game is the Charlotte Hornets beat the Celtics. Not easy thing to do, even though they're at home. This game went to overtime. Jayson Tatum, huge minutes, 45. Jayson Tatum always go off versus Charlotte Hornets. I mean, they do have a subpar defense. They started Sam Hauser to this game. He missed a bunch of threes. He's a three-point shooter. He took 9 threes. Usually he's gonna make 4 of them, right? 3 or 4 of them, sometimes 5. I'm not, if they have a back-to-back, you need threes. He's a guy you can look at. Kristaps Porzingis, not the best game, but he was a minus 26 actually. It's the bench who really saved them. Minus 26, 2 steals and 3 blocks with 8 rebounds, pretty good. Jaylen Brown also struggled. Jaylen Brown this year, with all the new guys, everybody's got to eat. Jaylen Brown is ranked pretty low, 112th ranked player. He's still averaging 21 points, but his efficiency, he's still taking 18 shots a game, but his efficiency is not really there. I would try to buy low, especially if you're pounding free throws. I think he should be fine. He should still average over 20 points. But once his efficiency improves, he's going to average a little bit more. Right? Because he's still taking a lot of field goals every game. Jrue Holiday, pretty line. Had 7 turnovers, but 6 rebounds, 5 assists, still on 2 blocks. One big thing with him is just not getting the defensive, not getting the steals, but he's getting a lot of blocks. Where is Jrue Holiday? He's averaging 0.6 steals and 1 block, so that's okay. 84th ranked player. I mean, we don't have high expectation for him going into this year, right? He used to be a third round guy, but this year he's getting drafted maybe 5th, around the 50th pick. So not too bad, I would say. And then we have Peyton Pritchard came off the bench. Really, that's when they had this run, 21 points with 5 threes. And we look at Charlotte Hornets. Yes, they started Miles Bridges now, so he's paying off. Look at his minutes, 45 minutes. He's going to be great. If you picked him up, you kind of paying dividends. 14 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, and still great stuff. He struggled, but as long as he's getting the minutes, he's going to be fine. And with him starting, PJ Washington came off the bench, so I thought it would be something like Gordon Hayward, but no. So PJ's value is taking a hit right now. But let's just monitor, right? PJ is pretty good in fantasy. Played just 28 minutes with overtime, so that's a little bit frustrating. While Gordon Hayward still getting 39 minutes. Had a decent game, 20 points and still in a block. But so far it looks like with the return of Miles Bridges, PJ is the one that is coming off the bench or losing some minutes. Mark Williams, great game, 8 offensive rebound here, a steal and 3 blocks, good stuff. Brandon Miller, obviously they want to develop him. He also had a great game. Fantasy-wise, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals and block. I think we could have Brandon Miller. He's not amazing in fantasy, but he's a guy that could just give you a little bit of everything. Kind of like Gordon Hayward. No category really stands out, but it's okay to find. It's fine to have him on your team in category leagues. Points league, probably he's fine, but Miller, let's see his ranking. Yeah, he's 176 ranked player. He is getting 30 minutes a night though, but he's just not getting much defensive stats. Other than 13.6 points, really nothing else is good. So I actually take that back. Do you really want him? But from this game, pretty good. If he can average close to 1 steal and 0.7 blocks, I think he's valuable. But he's not averaging close to that. He's a young guy, athletic guy. He should be getting some defensive stats. While LaMelo Ball has picked it up after some early season struggles, 36 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists with 2 steals and a block. It is really his team. He's running the show. The question is, can he stay healthy, right? He is still just the 26th ranked player. The counting numbers look really fine, just high turnovers and low field goals for LaMelo. All right, let's go to the next game. The Clippers Well, the Spurs, even though they got Wembanyama, but they are losing a lot of games. The Spurs is yeah, they're the worst team. They lost 9 straight. They lost 9 straight. They started off 3-2. For the Clippers, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard both had an okay game, while Harden. Well, this game wasn't close, so all the guys' minutes is pretty low, and it's good to see Harden just kind of the Clippers settle down a little bit and start winning some games. And Russell Westbrook came off the bench with 20. Is Russell Westbrook a must roster player? With Harden, I don't think so if everybody is healthy. But the thing with Clippers is that Kawhi is going to be out one game, Harden is going to be out one game, Paul George is going to be out. And any of those guys, when any of these guys is out, Russell Westbrook is going to come in and play 30 minutes, and he's going to put up some nice counting numbers. So you can make an argument there. But when everybody is healthy, maybe not. With the blowout, he played 25 minutes. Sometimes he only gets 20, depending on the situation. So it's still fine to have. He's getting a lot of steal numbers this year. Harden had 10 assists. That's good to see, and with 2 steals and 13 points. That's pretty good. If you're getting Harden in the third and fourth round, I think he can, on a per game basis at least, he's going to be at that level. I have no doubt about that with Harden. Zubac played just 22. Yeah, I mean, it was a blowout. And then for the Spurs, Wembanyama, pretty mediocre game. I don't know, maybe he's getting a little bit more exposed, more and more exposed. Every time I look at him, he's shooting sub 40%. The teams are making him taking certain shots from certain spots where he's just not very efficient yet. Which is why this year, Wembanyama is shooting 42%. He's like a guard, 48th ranked player. The 2.6 blocks is really good, 9 rebounds and 18.6 points. But the efficiency is a major concern for him. But I think the biggest concern is how many games is he gonna play? How many back-to-backs and things in that nature as we get to the end of the season? Because clearly they're not competing for anything this year. Zach Collins minus 25. Who played well in the Spurs? Not really. Keldon Johnson had 22 points and 10 rebounds. Yeah, the Spurs, I know it's a blowout, but the Popovich does not like to give it. There's nobody that's getting consistent 35 minutes in that. It's unlike a lot of other teams. So nobody really has that much value. All right, let's go to the next game. The Kings got destroyed by the New Orleans Pelicans, 93-129. De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, who are having great games. The minutes were kind of low. De'Aaron Fox really struggled, 5 for 18. It's just a bad game. We can just scratch this one and move on. Kevin Huerter played 22 minutes. Harrison Barnes played 29. Keegan Murray, yeah, I mean, they just got destroyed. I think, didn't they shoot like 60% or some crazy numbers versus some other team? Oh, that's Oklahoma City Thunder. They shot 24% from 3 and 38%. It's just a bad night. I don't think Pelicans were doing anything spectacular on the defensive end. Speaking of spectacular, Herbert Jones, another great one. In just 27 minutes, he had 18 points, a steal and 2 blocks, 7 rebounds. He is definitely a sell high. The question is, he's a 19th ranked player. The question is, can you get back a top 20, top 25 player where he's ranked? Can you get him for Porzingis? Right? Can you get him for Damian Lillard? I don't think any of those things are going to happen. Maybe do a 2-for-1, try to get like a top 10 player. I would try that. Otherwise, if you're just trading him for a top 40 player, top 50 player, maybe you win in the end. Maybe when Trey Murphy comes back, he's going to lose minutes. But he could just be better because majority of his value coming from the defensive stats. So he could be a top 50 player. If he has the minutes easily, I could see that. So try to sell high, obviously, but if not, don't just get a top 50 player. Especially, in category leagues, of course, because the rest of his numbers don't look flashy at all. Just 11 points, 1.1 threes. all the value is coming from the 2 steals and 1.6 blocks. Those are pretty valuable. Yeah. Dyson Daniels, he's a guy we could stream. Had 5 assists and a steal in just 24 minutes. If he's going to start and then play some close to 30 minutes. Valanciunas, just the guy put up numbers. 13 rebounds in 20 minutes with 7 assists, a steal and 3 blocks. What? Just finds a way every single year to be relevant in fantasy. Another, I want to say sell high, but be telling people to sell high on him for how many years straight. And, he's doing it with Zion pretty much healthy. Zion, 26 points, 3 steals and block, a lot of defensive stats. Pretty good. Brandon Ingram had 31 points in 25 minutes. Yeah, they all play well, this Pelicans team. But how far is this team going to go? They're right now the 9th team in the West. Just exactly 500. The next game, the Knicks. Yep. The Timberwolves, after Denver, they're 10-3. They're the best team in the West. Also one of the top teams in the entire NBA, 10-3. The Knicks, let's see, another blowout. So Jalen Brunson still played 36 minutes, 25 points. But again, no defensive stats. That is Jalen Brunson's issue. Same thing with Randall. These guys just not getting, they spend all their energy, 54th ranked player. They spend all their energy getting buckets. He's averaging 24 points, which is great. 5 assists, but just 0.8 steals. Wow, but this year, he's making 3.2 threes. That's a lot of threes for Jalen Brunson. Julius Randle, the efficiency is really, really poor, but have 14 rebounds and 21 points. Randle, worse is ranked. He's not ranked inside of 200. That means he's hurting you so badly in those efficiency categories. RJ, who's having a decent year shooting the basketball, but 4 for 13 here. He's still a hold, I think. The Timberwolves are a great defensive team. So, if they play some Charlotte Hornets, if they play some other teams, RJ could go off. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, even though it's a blowout win, he still played 39 minutes. 23 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Okay, that's pretty good. Rudy did not miss a shot with 2 blocks. Cat, wow, beautiful game from Cat. 3 steals and 2 blocks, 20 points. But one big thing is, how many rebounds is he getting? He is the 27th ranked player. That's pretty good. 8.7 rebounds and 0.8 blocks, right? If it's years ago, that could be 11 rebounds and 1.5 blocks, and then everything else would stay the same. That's the issue with Cat over the last 2 years, with Rudy joining the lineup, just taking blocks and taking rebounds away from him. Mike Conley had 5 assists. That's pretty good, but is he a must roster? Probably not. And Jaden McDaniels only played 4 minutes. Did he get ejected or something? Not sure what happened with him, but I don't think he's fantasy relevant. The next game is the Miami Heat destroyed the Bulls. When are they going to trade LaVine? Jimmy Butler, an okay game, and Bam, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. Pretty good stuff from Bam. I'm just impressed with Bam sometimes with his crazy good efficiency from the free throw line. 7 for 9 is okay, but he's shooting on the season, he's shooting 82.5%. He's a 20th ranked player. But the problem with Bam is, get us more defensive stats. That's what we really care about. Kyle Lowry played, if you need assists and threes, I don't think he's a must roster, but just look at it. 6 assists and 2 threes. Usually he's going to give you 5 assists and 2 threes, maybe chipping a steal or 2. If you want those, you could have him. Duncan Robinson, I think you could have him as well. Hit 6 threes here with 22 points. He's having a great year, Duncan Robinson. He is averaging 15 points with 3 threes. 102nd ranked player. If you need threes and some points, you could have him, but he just give you absolutely nothing else. 0.4 steals and 0.1 block. Those are gonna suck. If you really, really need threes, he's a huge negative in a lot of other categories. Efficiency-wise, it's fine. So if you don't need the defensive stats, he's very fine to have. Josh Richardson played 29 minutes. Yeah. For the Bulls, when they're going to trade Zach LaVine, another bad game across the board for all these guys. Caruso played 27. Caruso is a guy that we should have, I think, um, due to defensive purposes. Like he's getting racking up a lot of defensive stats, and he's getting minutes at the moment, right? They're not playing Patrick Williams. They're not starting him. So 28 to 32 minutes a night for Alex Caruso. He's going to give you 1.5 steals. He's going to give you 0.7 blocks, right? He's going to hit some three. He's just going to do Herbert Jones, but obviously not as good as Herbert Jones. Fine to have in category leagues. I think Nikola Vucevic, 18 points and 8 rebounds, no defensive there. I mean, just the whole entire Bulls team just disappointing. Kobe White actually had a great game, but do you really want to have him? Let's go to last game of the night. The Warriors finally got a win, 116-121. The Rockets are not bad this year. They're 6-6. They lost 3 straight. And the Warriors, they are 10th, 7-8. They can't win any games without Curry. And Jalen Green is a concern. I mean, the coach is not playing around. If you suck, we are not playing you. It's very simple. If you suck, in his 22 minutes, he was minus 13, 2 for 9, 16 points, 2 threes. For sure, if you don't need the points and rebounds, he does have some upside. It's just like he's a young player, right? If he improves, he could have a month or two where he goes crazy. That could always happen. So in the playoffs, like if he's not doing well, drop him. But the reason you're holding on to him is just hope he can go off, which definitely could happen, but it's not looking so good right now. He's been a huge disappointment year after year. Wow, Fred VanVleet, 3 for 13, that's okay. Added 14 assists. Fred VanVleet this year is an interesting case because he is, like the counting numbers look pretty much the same for Fred. He is the 50th. He's usually getting drafted in the 3rd round. So he's not far off that much. But, 16.6 points, 3 threes, that's like pretty much identical to what he did in the Raptors. But the biggest drop-off is the 0.6 steals. Where did the steals go? I don't know. 0.3 blocks as well. Like if he's getting 1.6 steals, 1.7 steals, and the block numbers is up, like he's back to where he always been. I mean, 9.3 assists is crazy good. And he doesn't turn the ball over. So I don't know what's going on with him this year, getting the defensives. I mean, the Rockets team as a whole, they only got 6 steals, while the Warriors only got 3. But yeah, just not a lot of steals right now. Maybe they will come later. While Anpung Shangun, what a beast! 30 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal and block. I don't know what else to say. He's being amazing this year. Amazing. The best player on this team. Amazing. Jabari Smith. So, I mean, for sure, this is his breakout year. A lot of people thought last year is going to be, but, this year with the new coach, he's breaking out for sure. Jabari Smith Jr. had a decent game, but can't really trust it. And Dylan Brooks just did a bit of everything. Not that exciting. And then look at Klay Thompson. With the return of Curry, Draymond is still suspended. 20 points with 3 rebounds and 3 assists is okay. Not that exciting, but it's okay. Andrew Wiggins with 12 points and 7 rebounds. Okay. Curry is really carrying this team. 32 points, not much else, but they need the scoring. And Chris Paul. Yeah, I'll try to sell Chris Paul every chance I get, because once Draymond comes back, he's going to play 27 minutes. If he gets 30 minutes a night, he can put up great numbers like we see here. 12 assists, 2 steals, 6 rebounds, 3 threes, 50 points. This is a beautiful line. But the problem is when Draymond comes back, he's not going to do that. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.